Hello guys, today I'm going to continue my last video for the anchor system. Last video I did a tutorial for the modification. In today's video will be the setup and assembly. Let's start with rear chassis first. Using handsaw or rotary tool to remove the rear bumper. For today's video I will use handsaw because that's the most easiest and very convenient way to remove the plastic bumper. During process of the bumper removing, make sure do not cut all the way toward the rear mounting point. Reserve a little bit more plastic for future adjustment. Next, put the rear bumper back to the chassis, including assembly the under support plate. And then set the anchor bottom support plate to check if you have any issue of clearance. In my case, my MS underplate versus my anchor bottom support plate, they are not fit. To solve the problem, I'm going to remove 1.2 mm line on my MS underplate. You can either use lower number sandpaper to set the sandpaper on top of the aluminum sanding board to sand off, or you can use rotary tool with a cutting disc to remove the line. Or in my case, I'm going to use micro milling machine to professionally remove 1.2 mm thickness of the carbon underplate. After that, this is how it looks like. Now, temporarily put the underplate back to the chassis, then set up the anchor bottom support plate at the rear mounting point. Make sure it has enough clearance, which is you can mount the underplate. Next, I'm going to set up the roller stay for the anchor system. Temporarily install the bottom support plate first. Then remove the body clip with flash plastic cutter. Insert one of the 30 mm cap screw into the middle mounting point of the bottom support plate. Then insert the roller stay for the anchor system. Make sure the screw needs to be in the center of the large mushroom hole. As you can see now, it is off a little bit. In order to adjust that, we need to trim off a little bit on this area. Remember on the beginning of the video, I mentioned to keep a little bit plastic for future adjustment. Because if you overcutting the bumper, there will be no way to adjust the roller stay in a precise condition. It will end with roller stay being very loose. So here, we need to reserve a correct amount of the plastic in order to give a maximum support for the roller stay. I'm going to take the bumper off from the chassis. You can either use low number sandpaper to trim off, or you can use a rotary tool to trim off as well. Of course, you also can use micro milling machine to mill the bumper too. Make sure slowly adjust the size, and repeat the steps multiple times until the both end of the roller can be fully supported by the area here. And meanwhile, the cap screw is in the center of mushroom hole. Next, I'm going to assemble the underguard to the roller stay. Insert a 5 mm countersunk screw into the end of underguard plate. Then, place the underguard to the one end of the roller stay. Apply some super glue on the roller stay. Then, glue both carbon together. Make sure both carbon lines up together and make it fit to each other as much as you can. Then use lock nut to lock the top. By the way, if you fail to glue two carbon together correctly and one end looks crooked, it is okay. Because you always can simply use a knife to break in between two carbons. Then use the knife to scratch off the glue and then glue two carbon again. Here's a little tricky way. To glue two carbon properly, use 2 mm motor shaft to insert into the last mounting hole of the roller stay. Then guide the top carbon to close up at correct position. This requires some practice. If you fail, you always can do that again. Move to the next. I'm going to do a roller installation. Depending on what size of roller you are going to use, you need to modify a little bit on the roller stay. Today's video, I will use 19 mm roller as a demonstration. Remember last video I modified the 30mm cap screw. I trimmed the head a little bit thinner. The left one is the one that got trimmed and the right one is the original one. As you can see, the trim screw can be fully hidden into the underguard and the original one cannot be hidden. It has a little bit cap pop up. The modified screw can be prevented the underguard to get caught on the wall and also giving a better, faster recovery when your car gets caught on the wall during landing. After you set up the 19mm roller on top of the roller stay, you will notice there's a small edges of the carbon out there. You better remove it, due to this is going to cause a serious issue when your car moves to the corner. It will drag and scratch the wall of the truck and slow you down. I'm going to use a knife to chase the edges of the roller, make a round cutting line. Then take a roller off from the roller stay. You will see a clear cutting line. Using a rotary tool with a cutting disc to chase the line to make a cut. Then use another round polish tool to polish the surface to make a smooth round edges. This is how it looks like right now. This modification depends on what size of roller you are going to use. For 19mm roller, you definitely need to modify the edges like that. For 13mm roller, normally there's no need to modify the edges. As you can see, it has more clearance than 19mm roller. But take a look at the 19mm roller right now. It has less clearance than the 13mm. For better performance as underguard, you better trim the bottom edges of the roller stay to create an offset design. I will use a rotary tool with a cutting disc. Start with a 30-degree diagonal cutting angle to trim the edges of the roller stay to create an offset design. This is how it looks like after I finish both edges. This gives a better result when your edges get a contact to the truck wall. Last step before 4D assembly. Make 2 countersunk holes on each end of mounting point. So this is how it looks like. Now I'm going to assemble everything. First, using 2 of 20mm countersunk screw, mount the support underplate on the rear MS bumper. Then insert the modified 30mm cap screw into the middle of the mounting point. Apply some Tamiya extra soft grease in the mushroom notch, and also apply at the bottom of the mushroom notch as well. Then insert the roller stay into the cap screw. Now insert the mushroom, then the spring. As you can see right now, I have a situation. The spring, it is not long enough, so the system is kind of loose. So I'm going to insert the item number 943A1, the metal bearing, as a spring cap in order to increase the clearance of the spring. Now set the top of the plate, lock everything with lock nut. As you can see, my anchor system is all set. The anchor system now can swing to the left and right, move up and down. It has very free recovery. And as you can see the result, when it is get caught on the side of a truck, it has very fast recovery. Here are some tips. If you feel your anchor system is kind of loose, you always can add some spacer or washer here to adjust it. In my situation, I add 3 washers to make the whole system a little bit tight. So as you can see the result, my whole system now it is very fast reaction. To set up the roller on the roller stay, this design I made, you first insert the trim 30mm cap screw into the 19mm mounting point. As you can see, due to my design, the head of the screw can be fully hidden into the carbon fiber. Then turn around, insert a roller spacer, then roller spacer again. After that, insert one 12mm and one 6mm aluminum spacer. Then roller spacer, roller, and the roller spacer again. After that, lock the top with a nut. Now this is how it looks like. And also you can see this is how it is performance on the track. I just set up the anchor system on my car. This is how it looks like. Again, just make sure you have a supporter on the front of the anchor roller stay, which is right here. This is preventing the roller stay gets waggle and loose issue. For set up the brake on the rear, it's very simple. Any kind of 1.5mm rear roller stay can be used as a rear brake setup. You just make a 2 countersunk hole at the end of under support plate, which is right here. Then remove the left and right wing of the rear roller stay. This is what it's going to be looks like. Then just connect both pieces together like this. Last setup I want to talk about it is adding a support safe bar. There are two kinds of common use support safe bar for the anchor system. One is using a roller, like this one on the left. Another one is using a spacer, like this one on the right. In general, using roller will give a better travel reaction when anchor roller stay move to the left and the right, and it gives less waggle for the system. My personal opinion on this setup, this is good for the gap and the digital turn. For spacer setup, this gives wider range of the anchor roller stay, which can travel more angle to the left and the right, up and down, especially for the rocking road. This is really good setup. Remember, rocking road for 2018 obstacle has only 103mm width, but normal car has 104 to 105 width. So this setup helps car to get adapt to it at locking road. Next, I'm going to show you two testing video demo, which is anchor system save your car at a jump landing, also the locking road testing. On this video, you can see the testing car is approaching to the slope, start to jump. In the air, you can see it jump very crooked. Now the rear roller stay is getting caught on the truck, but the car shake it off and landing safely. Let's watch it again at super slow motion. You can see the rear roller stay twisted and slip back into the truck. This is one of the purpose of anchor system. It helps your car to recover when your car get caught. It works better than the traditional undercar due to the anchor system can really twist and adapt to the truck. Now I made this simulation track which is exactly same as Japan Cup Locking Road 2018, and also this is the hardest layout setup of Locking Road. As you can see, the width of the locking road can block the car pass through, but you will notice due to the anchor system at the rear, it makes rear roller stay pass through the locking road very easy. Now let's do a quick test run. Due to I have limited space at my garage, so I don't have enough length of the truck to get a 40 acceleration. As you can see, my car have no issue to pass through the locking road, and it only have a little bit slow down at exit of the locking road. But I'm pretty sure if I have enough length of the truck which can give me 40 acceleration, I should be no obviously slow down at exit of locking road. Let's watch that again at slow motion. Now I'm going to test my car with regular roller stay at the rear, no anchor system. As you can see, due to my front roller stay has a pivot system, so the front of roller stay can pass through the locking road very easy. But the regular rear roller stay get blocked. I'm trying to push multiple times, it just gets stuck due to it doesn't have a pivot or anchor system. At the test run, you can see it does slow down a lot at the locking road. I have to stop the car during the middle of the testing, due to the car has struggling time to pass through the locking road. One of the obstacle bars just got broken. I'm just gonna stop testing here. It is possible going to destroy my whole car due to my car doesn't have anchor system right now. And this is all for today's video. If you have any concern or any mistake I made for this video, or any updated information which I didn't include in this video, please leave a comment or email to service@m4d10.com. If you like my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And I also have Instagram. Scan the QR code or search for Matt_10. You also can go to my website to ask a question at the forum, or shop for professional Tamiya mini 4-wheel drive parts or tools. And thank you for watching.